Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in paranormal activities? Do you believe that something strange happens around you and you don't have answer for that? Do you think these all things do exist? Well, if your answer is yes, kudos. If your answer is no, means you believe in science, you believe in rationality, you believe in getting to the answer, right?
Yes.
Hold on. Why am I asking you this question? You'll come to know. Welcome to the Abyss Story, where we discuss everything and anything that inspires. Today, I'm going to review a phenomenal Malayalam movie called The Cold Case. It's a horror, suspense, thriller. So let's do it. Cold Case is directed by director Tanu Balak. The film opens up with exorcism conducted by different religious sects in India. Then these exorcisms or this kind of episodes are getting investigated by our female lead. Her character name is Medha, played by Aditi Balan in the movie. Medha is looking out for a rented house in that area. And when she gets to that house, she gets a house which is haunted. Yes, the moment the house comes into the picture, we come to know it's haunted with an eerie horror music playing. You're convinced that there is a presence of someone in that house. Almost parallelly, while Medha is entering her home, a local fisherman finds out in the local water body a skull wrapped up in a plastic black bag and thrown into that water pond. He soon discovers it, and there starts the whole horror story. There's a small parallel happening here. Medha is one scene is traveling right on the bridge, and there is the pond. At almost at the same time, you can call it coincidental, the fisherman discovers this skull. It's only the skull. There is nothing else to it. How to identify whose skull is that? That's the first question. And the second question is whether the person who is possessing the house of Medha is that same person or who is that person. So let's get to the first question, which is the main plot of the movie. Whose skull this belongs to? The moment the skull is discovered, the investigation is led by police department and the police head is ACP Satyajit, led by none other than actor Prithviraj. He does a fantastic job. And the investigation starts. With all the forensic investigation, DNA analysis, they understand that the skull belongs to a 30-year-old young woman. Who is possessing Medha's house? That's the second and most important question. Medha has just shifted to that house. Medha is having a small daughter and she's already undergoing divorce procedure. She's being held by a lady advocate. And then Medha has just lost her sister. Her younger sister has just committed suicide. She was a parapsychologist. That kind of confuses us. So much things are happening with Medha itself. But then she realizes that there is a presence in the new home. Now, Medha is not an amateur to this. She is, as I told you, paranormal investigator. She understands that there is a presence. She clearly knows that yes, there is someone apart from her and her daughter and her maid who is there in this home. Now, once she established that, what she does next is even more fascinating. Medha needs help. So Medha reaches out to the special person who can connect to the spiritual or to the other world. This character of Zara, the medium as we can call her, is played by Suchitra Pillai, the same lady who was in Dil Chahta Hai many years ago opposite Saif Ali Khan for a very small role. Zara clearly explains Medha on how the spiritual connect works. In fact, she goes on to explain to her that it is between 3 a.m. in the morning to 4 a.m. in the morning. This time is the best time for spiritual connect or connecting to the other world. And then she says something that will give you goosebumps when you're watching the movie. She says that if you wake up at this time or any disturbance you get and you woke up, it means a spirit is trying to connect with you. So based on all these, Zara agrees to do a session at Medha's place. So Zara connects with the spirit. That this part is so scary. Suchitra Pillai has done a fantastic job. In this part, you really get so scary. And then she connects and she understands whose spirit is it. and the name comes out. The spirit is of Eva Maria. Why is Eva Maria's spirit is there in Medha's home? What does she needs? There is no clarity at this point of time what she wants. But one thing is for sure, the spirit is looking for help from Medha. What kind of help that can be? Is it that the skull found in the water body and the spirit in Medha's home, do they have any connection or they are separate? Yes, this is worth a watch. On the other side, the police team led by Prithviraj tries to find out about the skull, and finally, with the scientific progress made, I mean, it's phenomenal to see how from skull they reconstruct the entire face or entire look of a human being, and it is constructed, and after a lot of research and a lot of scientific processes they establish the skull is of Eva Maria. Yes. So who has killed Eva Maria? Now there are two investigations happening parallelly. Medha is trying to find out through her intuitions and her investigative journalism, and here police led by Prithviraj Sukumar with logic and rationale is trying to find out. Will they ever reach to the killer? Who is the killer? That's a very, very big question. Number one, her ex-husband who divorced her. Number two, her stepmother who hates her the most and wants the property. Or number three, we don't know who it is. The cold-blooded, the unexpected, the ungageable, trained professional murderer who is in shadow and nobody's trying to discover. Yes, to find out who murdered Eva and what happens, whether Eva Maria gets justice or not, you guys need to find out through the movie. Go and watch out on Amazon Prime. From my side, I give 4 out of 5 stars for this phenomenal movie, which is so tightly packed. 1 star is for amazing background score, phenomenal. 2nd star is for the cast who acted splendidly well. Number 3, the 3rd star I give to the director for keeping the plot suspended. And number 4, which I can give multiple star, is the script. It's the script of the movie that carries the movies throughout. There is no point of thinking. You cannot even predict what's going to happen next. Whatever I learned from this movie, why did I review this movie on Abhi's story? Because we have intuitions, we have got gut feeling. And yes, this gut feeling and intuitions can get you to the right track. In case you don't believe in your gut feeling, in case you don't believe in intuitions, fine. If you have rational and logic, yet you can go to the same path. There is no clear-cut way. It is not that that is wrong or this is wrong. Both are right. You can always go to the right way with intuitions and with your logic and rationality. This is what I understand from this movie. Thank you so much for being there for us watching this video. Next time, we'll bring another story on Abhi's story. Till then, bye-bye and take care.